Hello all, welcome to Nerd Sheet episode 3. My name's Gabriel, I'm right here with my main man Nick.
Hey, what's up guys? How's everything? So guys, I'm a huge Boston sports fan. I also love reading comics, movies, discussing about everything. Also guys, I'm a huge Power Ranger fan.
Absolutely. On today's episode, we're going to do a top 10 countdown for you. Nick, let them know what today's top 10 is about.
Alright guys, for the top 10, we're going to be going into the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Alright guys?
Absolutely. So we're going to count down the top 10 Marvel Cinematic Universe films. They have made 13 so far, but we are narrowing it down to 10. Spoiler alert if you have not seen any of these movies yet, because we are going to be talking about them as if you have already seen them yourselves. Be warned, friend. Be warned. Let's get this countdown started. Starting our list off at number 10. Nick, tell them what it is.
Alright guys, so at number 10, it's Iron Man. Came out in 2008 and it was directed by Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau. Great director. Great way to kick off this cinematic universe that they have with amazing special effects in this movie. This movie was great. It was a great introduction to the universe. The way they had everything set up. His origin story was great. How he realized that his company was making weapons. He went against that. He decided to do some good for the people. And he's still an arrogant jerk. But damn it, he's trying.
Alright guys, at number 9, it's Thor. Directed by Kenneth Branagh.
Released in 2011. Thor. A great introduction to the whole new world. Aladdin. In Asgard, of course, yes. And just a great scenery, the way they designed Asgard. You had great actors in this film. This is a nice origin story for Thor.
For Thor, yeah.
You know, it shows that he was a very arrogant kind of guy when he's in Asgard, you know, because he knows he's going to get the throne and he's going to become the king, so he's a little arrogant. But, you know, in this movie, you kind of see his origin, how he humbles himself towards the end and becomes a better guy. He's more of a superhero at the end of the film. But Chris Hemsworth, you know, his little brother actually also auditioned to play Thor. Yep. You know, and he beat him out. Liam Hemsworth auditioned to play Thor. And actually, so did Tom Hiddleston audition to play Thor. Yeah. And they liked him so much, they decided, you know what, you're going to be Loki. And he ended up being the greatest villain in the Marvel Universe so far. I said it.
Said it.
Coming in at number 8 is Iron Man Part 2. Not 3. Sorry. Also directed by Jon Favreau, released in 2010, of course. You have this movie really expanding on what they already introduced in Iron Man. You know, Tony Stark reveals himself as Iron Man, so everyone and their mother knows that Tony Stark is Iron Man.
You know, my favorite part about this movie was that we got to also introduce with War Machine. War Machine. Finally got to see him. I was very happy they brought him into this universe. I think you can't be Tony Stark without War Machine. That's true. You just need to.
A lot of introduction in this movie, and of course it leads into more towards the Avengers movie that eventually came out. So, great movie, Iron Man 2. Check it out. Watch it. Get some popcorn. Get a girl.
Alright guys, at number 7 we have Captain America, the First Avenger. Came out in 2011, directed by Joe Johnston.
Joe Johnston. You know, Joe Johnston, you did a fantastic job, I will say, sir. World War II was amazing. The way they put you in there, you feel like you are in World War II America.
Yeah, it was the movie. I liked the setting of the movie. World War II was awesome to see. You know, this is when he first gets his powers. They show his origin of, you know, him wanting to be in the military. And,
super soldier.
Yeah, and being a little scrawny.
Oh, yeah, he was tiny.
Scrawny.
Like me. Hugo Weaving as Red Skull. Great job by him playing the villain. Definitely one of the greatest Marvel villains to be done so far. I really hope he comes back.
And this is where we see also Captain America's best friend.
Bucky. Yeah, Bucky with the Howling Commandos and all them.
Yep.
You know,
he dies.
Dies. He dies. Coming in at number 6. What? Bucky's not dead. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. The Return of Bucky. That would have been a really cool title if they used that. You know? Yeah. That would have been really cool. Okay. This movie, released in 2014, not too long ago. The sequel to Captain America. The first time we see a Captain America solo movie where he's in the present day.
Yeah.
You know because the first movie was just 95% World War II. This one's present day Captain America. You see Chris Evans playing Captain, great Captain America. How he adjusts to modern society, this and that. Very, very cool, of course. And you see the return of what he thinks is his friend Bucky.
Yeah.
More investigating. Some other things come to light. And it's a great little, like a 70s political thriller, I would say.
All right, guys. At number 5, we have Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Ain't no strings on me. Ain't no strings on me. Age of Ultron, released in 2015, was it?
Yes, it was.
15 it was. Great film. Of course, the sequel to the first Avengers. You have all the guys back together again. Yep. Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and some other friends. Everyone is in this movie. Of course, you have James Spader coming playing Ultron. Great job. His voice is just menacing. It's scary.
It was very, very scary. You know, when we first seen the trailer, I was very excited. The voice that they picked up for this was just, he was amazing.
Yeah, he was great.
You know, and in this movie, a lot of new stuff changed. A lot of new stuff happened. You know, new characters
definitely new characters. The twins. The twins. You got Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, who
are not mutants.
They are
guys.
not mutants. Not mutants at all.
Or Magneto's kids.
Wait, who's Magneto?
Exactly. You know.
I don't know.
This movie also, you know, this is where they also killed off one of the twins. Do you guess who?
He wasn't fast enough.
Nope.
Should have called Evan Peters.
No, yeah, for sure. So, you know, that was upsetting that, you know, he passed away in this movie. You know, he actually saved Hawkeye. But, you know, it made sense why they did it. But I was very happy they kept Scarlet Witch. You know, that's one thing I thought they were going to actually kill both of them off.
Also, this movie introduced one of the coolest characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Vision, hello. Paul Bettany playing Vision. Great casting. Coming in at number 4, Avengers. Released in 2012, directed by Mr. Joss Whedon. Great movie. Who would have thought we would have seen all these people all together on the big screen?
Yeah, this definitely was a moment of when you're thinking about when you're a little kid. You're like, oh, when are they going to put these comics into movies? And, you know, this is the age where we finally get to see that. And I thought this was probably one of the greatest moments of my life.
Absolutely.
You know, I just sound like a nerd, but that's okay, guys. It's fine.
This is the nerd sheet. That's where we sound like nerds.
Exactly.
Here, on the nerd sheet. Of course, this movie had one of the best end credit scene where they introduce Thanos. Everyone in the movie theater who knew who that guy was going ballistic. Of course, you had the normal fans who didn't really know who that was, and they had to turn to their really nerdy friend, usually me. Yeah. And they asking, who's this guy? And I'm just spazzing. Oh my God, that's Thanos! And I start going off Thanos, and death and this and that and all that, and they're not understanding what I'm saying. Yeah. So, but whatever.
Yeah, you know, and bringing him in, I thought the CGI was cool for that. You know, he just looks like a mean Thanos, and that's one thing I thought they're gonna be great. I can't wait to see him in the future for the new movies. So that'll be great. That'll be very great future to see for us. Mm-hmm. What a time we live in, guys. What a time we live in.
Yeah, a lot of people might get mad because this might have been their number 1 pick. But that sucks. Because this is our list, not yours.
Exactly.
Nerd Sheet, what's up? Comment on this if you don't like it. All right, down to the last 3. What's going to make the top 3? Who knows? You probably do know. At number 3 is the little guy, Ant-Man.
Alright, guys, so this movie was amazing. I love this movie. This was released in 2015, directed by Peyton Reed. I thought this movie was amazing. Greatest heist movie ever.
Yeah, it was definitely, they really played it out as a heist movie. It wasn't on the huge, large scale like the Avengers and the Thor movies where, you know, the earth is at stake and the whole world's going to end. It was on a much smaller scale, no pun intended. And they were just focusing on this one task of Hank Pym, played by Michael Douglas, trying to get back this suit and this technology that he invented. So, because it has fallen into the wrong hands. And of course, he recruits Scott Lang, played by Paul Rudd. Great casting, very hilarious.
And I felt like Paul Rudd was amazing. You show a lot of emotion from this movie with his daughter in this movie, which I thought was great.
And spoiler alert, if you have not seen it, but let's just have a moment of silence for Anthony. Rest easy, guy.
Alright, guys, at number 2, we have Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wow. This was a fantastic movie. Just from the trailer alone, I knew this movie was going to be great. Yeah. James Gunn directing this, released in 2014.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing movie. Who would have thought the Guardians of the no one knows who the Guardians of the Galaxy are.
Just like Ant-Man. No one knows who these people are. This is another universe that they got to take in. You know, this is actually now the Galaxy.
Star-Lord, played by Chris Pratt. Who would have thought the guy from Parks and Recreation would end up being a fantastic leading man as Star-Lord?
This movie in general I thought was just so amazing. It definitely made everything bigger. But one thing that is amazing, do you know what that is?
It's always Aldana's sexiness?
That too. But no, come on now. The soundtrack. The soundtrack was amazing in this. You know, there's a lot of different stuff, a lot of different songs that I right away got. I already had a lot of them, but a lot of the songs I thought was amazing.
Oh yeah, right after this movie came out, I went straight to my laptop. I started legally downloading the soundtrack.
Alright guys, so number 1, we're finally here. So number 1 is Captain America, Civil War.
Captain America, Civil War. Captain America once again kills it. Chris Evans as Steve Rogers. This movie, it's number 1 for a reason. This movie is number 1 because it just captures the essence of what a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie is. You see the struggle of Steve Rogers trying to figure out what's right in this world that he's now a part of, because people forget this man is about 100 and something years old.
Yeah, he's old.
He's from the 40s or something. Like he's you know, he's used to a world that's a lot different than what he's seeing now. So you see the struggles of him doing that, and of course, almost everyone from his past is dead. Especially in this movie, the Peggy Carter, you know, passes away in his sleep. You know, so the only person he has left from his real life, from back in World War II, is Bucky. And he's gonna do whatever he can to protect his friend.
Yeah, of course.
And that's the main theme of this movie. Is at what lengths would you go to protect your best friend? And that's our list, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up. Comment on this video. Let us know what your list is. See if we have some similarities, differences. Let's have a discussion about this. This is the Nerd Sheet. We discuss nerdy things. That's what we do here. Nick, tell them where they can find you online.
Alright guys, you can find me on Twitter on Nikki8392. So at me. Alright guys, follow me and I'll follow you guys back.
Yep, that's right. You can find me on all social medias at Nerdsheet, Facebook.com/Nerdsheet, Snapchat at Nerdsheet. See all the behind the scenes stuff we do here, because there's a lot of funny things that happens behind the scenes. You guys should check it out. Absolutely. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share it to all your friends. #Nerdsheet, send us questions. Email me, nerdsheet@gmail.com. Whatever topics you guys want. Let's do this. Have a blast. #TheNerdSheet. And then this is where like the credits start.
Yeah.
And they have me dancing in my spider suit.
All right.